Welcome everyone to another recap of the Florida Panthers. Um, so I think this is game 30. So um, we're definitely a little bit more quarter into the season now. After I want to say 30 games, 18 wins, 10 loss, and 2 overtime loss. So yeah, 30 games, pretty good. This season's going by faster than we realize it. But anyway. Finally, we win this game against Edmonton Oilers, who are definitely going through a regime change after a head coach firing about a month ago. And the way how we're playing this road trip, we're expecting to get our ass kicked. But finally, the opposite has happened. The offense have woken up, and they play like they're supposed to. But to do that against Edmonton, it's something a little bit more special. Yeah, so as you can tell, I feel a little bit better, so I can recap this game and then watch the Dolphin game and recap that one a little bit later today. But anyway, it's Sergei BOBROVSKY going up against, and I just freaking lost it. Give me a second. There we go. Calvin Pickard. So Calvin Pickard going up against Sergei BOBROVSKY, and we start with the Edmonton face-off win. And with this game alone, the offensive strikes that we had desperately needed, they had it. So we start with this face-off win, and by the way, I'm not going to take too much time with this recap because it's been a little bit carried away. So there'll be chances between back and forth as both goaltenders, especially Sergei BOBROVSKY, hence that's why I'm wearing his jersey, because he is just one of the most unstoppable goaltenders in this game. He finally risen. He's finally woken up, making critical saves, especially with people like with Connor McDavid, Bouchard, Nugent Hopkins, and especially Nugent Hopkins. It's definitely something to watch out for. I thought I heard a noise. But anyway, with all that aside, Florida put it under pressure against Edmonton, and with that, all those saves from Calvin Pickard, we finally would get a goal. It's a wrist shot, assisted by Sam Bennett and Ulrich Larson. It's Carter Verhaeghe. Carter Verhaeghe with a wrist shot to lead this game 1-0. And I was like, hallelujah! Finally, I'm expecting a shutout, but now no shutout. We finally get a goal. Finally, I'm happy. We got the goal. We're not going to lose in the shutout at least. So we're kicking and rolling. So now, let's see what happens after that. A little bit after that, when Edmonton's going on a little bit of the stretch to get the puck in, which all those were saved by BOBROVSKY. Barkov gets called for a hooking against Connor McDavid, and there'll be a TV timeout. Edmonton would put under pressure, but most of the time it'll be cleared away. A couple of stops by BOBROVSKY, and the penalty would be killed off. Ekholm and Evander Kane would try to get one in, but that was saved by BOBROVSKY. So then a little bit after that, there'll be a penalty on Edmonton. It's Matthias Janmark for call for a tripping on Gustav Forsling. So Florida would go on a power play. And, of course, power play, nothing there. So penalty would be killed off. But they were close. But it was not meant to be. Now we go towards the end of the first period when they would win the face-off. We got the puck for us, and there'll be an assist. Assisted by Verhaeghe, who had a goal earlier, and Sam Bennett. That's his second assist. Was it his second assist? No, it was that. Yeah, that's his second assist. I thought Bennett. Actually, I think he scored a little later, but Bennett with another assist, 2 assists of the game. Finally, Brandon Montour with a snapshot. What a snapshot off the pass from Verhaeghe and Bennett. Passing from the left wing side, buries it with the snapshot. Brandon Montour was first goal of the season. Florida leads this 1-2 already. Awesome stuff there. Leon Draisaitl with win the faceoff. They give the puck to us. Barkov with a tip in. That will be saved by Pickard. Off the rebound. And the passes beforehand from Ekman Larson, Sam Reinhart. Reinhart with his 21st assist of the season. Over Ekman Larson, his 9th assist of the season. On a tip in, on a rebound tip in, Barkov. That's his 11th goal of the season. Barkov makes it 3-0 before the first period has ended. And we go in the second period, 3-0 Florida. So where was this offense? Where was this offense in the last 2 games? They finally came last night. This is right now December 17th. This is the day after. So I was not able to record a recap because I was feeling a little bit under the weather. But now I'm fine and back. We're all good. So we start with the second period with the face-off win. There will be an offside there. And Edmonton would go on a little bit of a pressure. Connor Brown would try to do a tip in. That was saved by Bobrovsky. It would be blocked by Montour a little bit after that. Kulikov played a lot better hockey this season than most. Trying to get one that was saved by Pickard. So we wouldn't see a score until a little bit later on, but for the wrong reason. So Edmonton going back and forth, trying to get this goal, but they will wind up being saved by Bobrovsky. And I'm talking big time saves. The odd rushes that could have gone into the back of the net that would wind up either missing just barely, or the knee pad of Bobrovsky just tips it away. That would prevent Edmonton from getting a goal. However, unfortunately, a little bit later on, with the chance by Barkov with a backhand that both wind up being saved by Bobrovsky and McDavid as well. McDavid was being saved by Bobrovsky and Barkov being saved by Pickard. I do apologize for that. We would unfortunately give up a goal, and that was just a filthy goal. There was no chance Bobrovsky was going to get this one back. Assist by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That will be his 22nd assist of the year, as well as Connor McDavid with his 30th assist of the season. So his point streak continues. Is Zach Hyman with his backhand. That would be his 18th goal of the season to make it 3-1 Florida. So they cut within one. So definitely something they would like to have back. But there was just no chance Bobrovsky was going to save that puck. It was just that was a nice goal. It's a good goal. What do you want me to say? It's a good goal by Edmonton. It is what it is. We move on. So Florida looking to try to get back within 3. And there are a few hits from there and there. There will be some. I think there will be one point they'll be pushing and shoving, and I think there will be an injury a little bit later on. So there's pressure from Edmonton. McDavid especially trying to get one in, and we know how good of a puck handling he can do. He tries a wrist shot, and that was saved by Bobrovsky. Nice save there. Nugent-Hopkins tried to get one with a snapshot saved by Bobrovsky as well. Ekholm with the shot saved by Bobrovsky. So there'll be a pressure there. Florida goes on another one. Wrist shot by Bennett, saved by Pickard. So there'll be some stuff there. So I think there will be an injury for Edmonton. I think it was a person that scored a goal. It was Zach Hyman will leave the game a little bit after that. So there'll be some injuries there. And then speaking of injuries, there will be a big penalty. Penalty would be on Edmonton, but also a penalty would be on Barkov as well. Brett Kulak gets called for a high sticking. It's a double minor against Enriquez, and while he's being there for a double minor, it's also being served by Evander Kane. Jeez, that looked vicious enough to give him a double minor. I mean, oh my gosh, Ed Rodriguez getting hit by the end of that stick, just bam like that. He had a right to rush into a locker room. He looked like he had some serious pain in the face area like this. Thankfully, he was able to come back in this game. Thankfully. Now, during that high sticking, Barkov was holding Brett Kulak during the high sticking. So he wound up being going to the box. So even after all that, a double minor plus Barkov getting called for a holding, it would still be a 2-minute minor. Well, it's a 4-minute minor, but also you add a Barkov holding. It's still just 2 minutes of power play. So Florida will still get the power play, just 2 minutes. But that 2 minutes is worth it because in 1 minute into the power play, off the backhand, a filthy backhand, assisted by Montour and BOBROVSKY. That's his first assist in 5 years. Second in his career in the power play. Wow, he gets an offensive point, BOBROVSKY. Not only making these critical saves, but he gets an offensive point as well. First point in 5 years, I heard. I think it was during his time with the Columbus Blue Jackets. But assisting this guy off the filthy backhand, a power play goal, Sam Bennett. What a game he's having. He has 3 points in this one. 4th goal of the season off the backhand. Getting his little bit of a showboat against the Edmonton crowd. I mean, don't forget, him and Tkachuk were both part of the Flames team, so they know a thing or two about playing in Edmonton. But he gets the 4th goal of the season, and he gets a 4th goal of the game. And now we get back within 3 as Florida leads this game 4-1 at this point. So after that, there'll be some Edmonton pressure as Bouchard would try to get one that was saved by BOBROVSKY. Forgali with the wrist shot saved by BOBROVSKY as well, and Forgali tries a rebound, but he misses to the left. So not much shooting there as Lomberg would try to get one saved by Pickard. Evander Kane tries his wrist shot that was saved by BOBROVSKY as well. BOBROVSKY continues to be a menace off the goaltending, and we go to the third period with the 4-1 lead. And Florida, Edmonton with the face-off win. Ekholm with the snapshot that will be saved by BOBROVSKY, but then having the puck is Matthew Tkachuk. He gets his 16th assist of the season very quickly. Carter Verhaeghe with the 2nd goal of the game, 2nd goal of the night. That's his 15th goal of the season, and this is during the time I was still doing a Miami Heat recap. So I was like, I'm looking at the TV and I saw the goal. Like, what? And I'm like, let's go! Florida scored. It's Verhaeghe. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. But Verhaeghe gets a wrist shot in. Hey, that's a goal. 5-1 would be the score here. That would wind up being the final score for the rest of the game. But it could have been 5-2. But BOBROVSKY, man, BOBROVSKY. So about 4 minutes into this period after the 5th goal, there'll be a penalty on a breakaway. Brandon Montour gets called for a slash on a breakaway against Sam Gagner. Gagner, yeah. Basically, when you're in a breakaway and you commit a penalty as they're trying to shoot a puck while they're rushing to the net, it's a penalty shot. And there was also another penalty. There was I think it was a misconduct. Abuse of officials served by Nick Cousins. So, off the bench, I think Nick Cousins hated that call so much. He sent some choice of words towards the officials. And it's bad enough where he gets sentenced into the box or misconduct or things like that. But I think it was served as a penalty. But either way, Montour gets called for a slash on a breakaway. It's a penalty shot. So Sam Gagner would try to get one in off that penalty. So I'm like, I'm looking at it, it's like I'm expected to be 5-2. It's gonna be back to being a three game affair. Wrong. Wrist shot. The puck goes right into the BOBROVSKY, and that puck was saved off the penalty shot. The score remained 5-1. Amazing save by BOBROVSKY there. As score remained 5-1 for the rest of the game. Now, for the rest of the game, it wasn't easy. As for the rest of the game, there would not be any penalties. But Edmonton would get some shots in. Florida would try to add on, and they were close so many times. But Edmonton would really get close enough to get that puck into the back of the net. And they were all saved by BOBROVSKY. Darnell Nurse tries to get one. Sam Gagner tries to get one in. Kulak. McLeod gets blocked by Stenlin. Vincent Descharniers, snapshot. Hamlin, he misses. Hyman. So Hyman would come back in the game. Florida would go on a little bit of pressure. Nick Kuntz tries to get one that was saved by Pickard, and Cam Stanley would get shot blocked by Kane and Kulak, and Rodriguez would try to wrist shot that was saved by Pickard as well. But in the end, it would not be enough for Edmonton to come back. And there will be a penalty. There would be a penalty on Edmonton. Actually, there's a slashing against Kulikov. So there's some frustrations on Edmonton's side. There will be some pushing and shoving. There will be some pushing and shoving a couple times in the third period. But this one, it's the high sticking against Edmonton. Florida goes on the power play. They didn't even get one shot to the power play, so the penalty was killed off easily. Evan Bouchard gets a slash shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Hyman would get a snap shot that was saved by Bobrovsky. Lilo Serene gets a snap shot in, but that was saved by Pickard. So after the goalie stop, 1 minute left in the game. Game is over. Final score in this game: 5-1 Florida, as they're looking for tomorrow night to get a win over Calgary, to ultimately say we won the road trip. We're 2-2 in the road trip so far. The couple of losses were so ugly, it's bad. It was just humiliating to watch. But we got one more game in the West before going back home. We play against Calgary Flames tomorrow night, because today is December 17th. Stars of the game: Carver Hagee, 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 star. No surprise there. Sam Bennett with 2 stars, 1 goal, 2 assists. 3 stars, no doubt, Sergei Bobrovsky. 38 saves of the game. Both teams shot 39 shots. 23 hits for Florida compared to Edmonton, that 37 hits that they have. 8 penalty minutes for Edmonton, 6 penalty minutes for Florida. And face-off winning percentage, Edmonton, no doubt about it. But Edmonton's face-off win, even with all that, Florida's shooting is a little bit better. They both even out with the block shots. And Florida just finding the back of the net. Power play opportunities, Florida got 1, Edmonton got none. And defensively, Edmonton slightly better with the giveaways, but in the end, Florida swept the Edmonton Oilers in the regular season 2-0. As we look ahead tomorrow night against Calgary, we get to see our old pal Huberdeau and Mackenzie Weegar. But anyway, there you go. That's gonna do it for this video. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe my content, because my YouTube you guys are back, and when he does, he'll be right there with your favorite team you deserve. Let's go Panthers, and a little bit later on, let's go Dolphins. It's a huge game. Even though it's not really much because of how ridiculous the records are, but it's still a big game. It's a big AFC East game. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.